Hi, my name is Lisa Ray, and I'm a developer advocate at Google. Today, I'm going to talk about MediaRouteProvider. In the last episode, we talked about the Android support library MediaRouter. That was the first part of our series on the MediaRouter framework, the API for any Android app to cast its content via supported media routes to remote devices. In this episode, I'm going to cover MediaRouteProvider. A MediaRouteProvider can be used by other applications to control media content playback equipment, such as TVs, stereos, and home theater components. If you are a device manufacturer, then this dev bite is for you. Makers of media devices can publish their products as media routes on Android by implementing their own MRPs. The providers can then be plugged into the framework and presented to any Android application that supports media routes. This approach allows applications to control content playback equipment without knowing the specific and possibly proprietary interfaces to manufacturers' playback equipment. A sample implementation of MediaRouteProvider is the Google Cast SDK, which allows apps to cast content to Google Cast-compatible receiver devices such as Chromecast. If you've used one, you know how satisfying it is to cast a video from your mobile device to the big screen. First, an important note. The MediaRouter framework we're examining here is the one in the support library, which means that it is backward compatible with Android 2.1 and above. It supersedes the MediaRouter classes of the Android framework, meaning that you should not use them. Use the classes in the V7 MediaRouter library instead. So, how do we get started? Subclass MediaRouteProvider, and in the constructor, we register one or more media routes using a media route descriptor. Each route needs control intent filters. These filters tell applications that use your route what types of features are supported, including playback controls like play, pause, rewind, fast forward, etc., queuing features or playlist management, and session features, meaning Android device to playback device connection management. You can also set many other capabilities of the route, such as the playback type, which can be remote playback or secondary output. The media type can be audio or video. The volume can be fixed or variable. And the intent filters we just discussed define playback controls, such as basic play controls, queuing, and session management. Next, you need to implement a route controller class that extends MediaRouteProvider route controller. This class handles the actual media control requests from other applications supported by your route, anything you defined in your intent filters, including playback controls, queuing, and session features. This route controller class acts as the wrapper for the proprietary interface to your media playback equipment. This is where the magic happens. Your implementation will depend on your specific media device. And finally, it should be instantiated in this helpfully named method onCreateRouteController of your MediaRouteProvider. Next is the service wrapper. To enable other applications to use the provider, a MediaRouteProvider should be wrapped in a service. To do this, extend the MediaRouteProvider service class and provide an instance of your MediaRouteProvider from within the class. You can make a MediaRouteProvider private within the scope of an app by simply calling MediaRouter add provider. No service needed. But in this example, we'll make the MediaRouteProvider available to all apps on the device. To do this, our application must declare in the manifest a service declaration for the MediaRouteProvider with an intent filter for Android Media MediaRouteProvider service. This service is the same one we just looked at. Finally, the provider should watch for changes to the discovery request by implementing onDiscoveryRequestChanged. In this method, we kick off an update of the media routes the provider describes by finding the routes that satisfy the new criteria specified by the current request. To publish them, we create a new MediaRouteProvider descriptor with information about each route and call setDescriptor again. This notifies the currently registered callback, and this process usually happens asynchronously. If you are a manufacturer of media playback devices or you work with one, the MediaRouteProvider is for you. Android devices everywhere can be casting to your MRP shortly. Please take a look at the docs and sample code and get started. My name is Lisa Ray. Thanks for watching.